forms of thought. Why you hold on to certain experience. Why thought has never understood the nature of death, and so on, so on, so on. If, when you are serious and not rely on some philosopher, brain specialist, and so on, but you can watch it for yourself, which is why thought, which has done extraordinary things to help man, and also why thought at the same time bringing about such degradation, degeneration, destruction. Right? We have to inquire, what is thought? Not why you think in a particular way. We'll come to that later. But we're examining the very structure of thought, not your thought. Because it's very obvious what your thought is, because you have been programmed. As an engineer, as a poet, as a scientist, as a housewife, as a scholar, as a religious man, a guru, you've been trained. And if you begin to look at your particular programmed brain, you're limiting your outlook, right? But if you inquire seriously into what is thinking, then you enter into quite a different dimension. Not the dimension of your particular little problem, which we'll come to a little later. But first, we must understand the tremendous movement of thought, the nature of thinking. Not as a philosopher, not as a religious man, not as a particular profession or a housewife, this or that, but the enormous vitality of thinking. Right? Is this clear? Ben? Should we stop here? It's half past 11. Can you tolerate more? Because probably you're merely listening to the speaker. You're not actually working. You're not actually listening, watching, examining, exploring it yourself. Because we are again programmed to listen to somebody. Please, there is no teacher on the taught. There is no prophet and the disciple. There is no guru and his follower. The one who knows and the one who does not know. But only a human being in travail. It's only the man who is stepped out of all this, he knows what is truth. We'll come to that much later. So, Since it's 11:30, shall we go on with it? Briefly, we'll continue tomorrow, no, day after tomorrow, with this. Thought is responsible for all the cruelty, the wars, the war machines, and the brutality of war, the killing, the terror, the throwing bombs, taking hostages in the name of a cause or without cause. Thought is also responsible for the cathedrals, the beauty of their structure, the lovely poems. It is also responsible for all that. Thought is also responsible for all the technological development, the computer with its extraordinary capacity to learn and go beyond man. Thought. So we have to inquire into thought. What is thinking? Thinking is response, is a reaction to memory. Right? If you had no memory, you wouldn't be able to think. Memory is stored in the brain as knowledge which has come through experience. Listen carefully to this. This is how our brain operates. The speaker is not brain expert, thank God. Not a neurological expert, but you can watch it, how you act for yourself without going to any professor, without any psychologist and so on. You can watch the operation of your own brain. As a first experience, that experience may have been from the beginning of man, which we have inherited. That experience gives knowledge. Then that knowledge is stored up in the brain. From knowledge, there is memory. And that memory, from that memory, thought. From thinking, you act. Right? So, from that action, you learn more. So you repeat the cycle. You understand? Experience, knowledge, memory, thought, action. From that action, learn more and repeat. You follow this? Right? So this is being programmed. Right? We are always doing this. Having remembered pain, future to avoid pain, and not do the thing that will cause pain, which becomes knowledge, repeat that.